I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. Now, since I've been wild camping, I've hammock camped, I've tarp camped, I've tent camped, but what I haven't done is bivvy camped. I've got myself a bivvy off of Facebook, an Integral Designs from Canada, an absolute steal. So it makes sense to come out here and use it for the first time tonight. And then I'll be able to give an overview of what is bivvy camping like, what's bivvy camping like for your first time, and is it worth the trade-off? Is it worth bivvy camping versus a tent or versus a hammock? Let's find out and let's set her up. So this is my Integral Designs bivvy. And the reason why I picked up this bivvy is I did a little bit of research. I found out that Integral Designs was started a long time ago by a guy in Canada, and it was bought out by Rob. This is the original Integral Designs South Col, I think. And basically Rob bought out this guy's company, was so impressed by the high-end designs and quality that they continued it. Now, after the original version of this one, they did away with the bug net, but this still has the bug net. And I was lucky enough to pick this up on Facebook Marketplace. It had never been used. It still smelt new, and it's about 20 years old. So unlike a tent, there's not too much faff. All I've got to do is set her up. That's that done. Okay, all right. Well, it's not as easy as that because I'm going to chuck this underneath. I mean, I'm not homeless, for God's sake. Much better. Now let's set her up. Wow, it's a bit quicker than the Hilleberg. This might be the first time that I've bivvy camped, but it isn't the first time that I've wild camped. What I do know is that this bivvy, it doesn't have any peg out points, so it could blow away or it could sort of turn with me in my sleep, and I'm a bit of a mover. So despite not having any peg out points, and despite this being the first time I've bivvy camped, this isn't my first rodeo of sleeping in the woods. So I'm going to use an old school trick of basically putting a rock down in the corner. This is what you do on a tarp if you don't have a tie out point. So I'm going to put the rock down in the corner, and then I'm going to bunch this round, tie a bit of paracord on it, just to enable me to peg this out. So I'm just going to make two little loops in the end using the bowline knot. I'm going to make a loop by pushing one bowline through the other. I'm going to find my rock. Is it still in there? It is. I'm then going to place my loop over my rock. I don't even know if this is a thing. This is just what I'm doing. And then I'm going to peg her out. Try to make sure the corner is there. And there we go. And now I'm going to do this on all four corners. So at this end, it has got a little wire insert in this hood to keep it off your face a little bit. It doesn't look the most sturdy. We're just going to be having the silver mat underneath. This seems fairly secure now. But let's pop in the sleeping bag. Let's get her in. What we're going to do straight away, because at the minute we're not forecast rain, I'm going to zip her up with the bug net and not the main do-up bit. That's bed for the night. I forgot my heat-proof gloves, which sucks, but it's okay. Plenty of sticks about. We're just going to try and rearrange this fire so we can get a nice bed of ash, and then we'll be able to stick a little grate over the top and cook dinner. As the zip is on the left hand side, I'm just going to pop a little light here, make sure the buttons are facing me, and if I need anything during the night, I've got that. So I brought myself the pillow that I feel is the comfiest. This was dirt cheap in Go Outdoors, and it is literally called Comfort Pillow. It kind of not rips off, but it's the same as your Trekologies, your Kilos gear, but it just seems a little bit bigger and a little bit softer. And I figure in here, probably going to cover the width. Let's blow her up. There she is, the Comfort Pillow. But I'll keep my bag to hand. This is the Berghaus Cyclops Rock. It's older than me. I think it's 1980. Actually, no, it's not older than me. It was 1983, I think. What an incredible bit of kit. Let's take off my down jacket in case I need it to hand. So I've got my bedclothes to hand, my down jacket. Let's seal up this, prevent the bugs as much as possible. And what I'm going to do is, I mean, the wind is not going to blow this away, but I will stick this little cover over it because you never know. There's camp. How mad is that? It is as simple, even a little bit of mood lighting. You know when something's quality because it's got YKK zips. If there are zippers on something that's not YKK, there's a high chance I'm not buying it. I think the one thing I'll say about this camp is because I was trying bivvy camping for the first time, I wanted to be somewhere where I knew the place. I don't know why, maybe that's just a psychological thing, but as you can see, I think this is going to be a major part of my world camping journey. It's ridiculously low profile. I've never come out with a bag or backpack this light. The kit was a lot lighter. The camp is a lot more low profile. You can be up and running in minutes. So far, I'm super impressed. Obviously, I've not slept in it yet. What I made sure I did was just come to a woodland that I know, because it just makes me feel a bit better. And I think if you're trying anything for the first time, maybe it's a new tent, maybe it's a new sleep system, maybe it's a hammock, whatever it is, I think if you're in a comfy, comfortable environment that you know and feel safe and secure, I think you're probably just going to be able to get the most out of it before you then take it out into something more extreme. Just my view. We've already burnt dinner a bit. That sucks. It'll still be good though. Dinner, not too shabby. 2 of these. Okay, time for bed. Excuse the skin tight thermals. That's why I've kept the jacket on, because no one needs to see this in its entire glory. But this is it. First time getting into a bivvy sack. I'm feeling nervous how this night is going to go. Let's unzip it firstly. So on this one, we've got like a 3/4 plane. Everyone kicks off in YouTube videos where when planes fly above, but that's what happens. These are nature hike down booties. They were like 15 quid on Amazon, and they have changed the game. So that works out like so. Wow. So we do that. Okay. Can I sleep in this? Well, I haven't got much bloody choice, have I? Now I've scooched up and turned on my side, this is fine. Well, let's try and get a whole night's sleep. Good night, YouTube, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning, guys. Well, I say morning, it's 3:30. I woke up a little bit cold. I found myself, I've come off my mat a little bit, so that created some nasty cold spots. As well as that, there's definitely a condensation build-up, and I had the air vent open. I didn't think I'd get that. I thought if I've got the air vent, and it's not an air vent, it's a massive mosquito net. So that's a huge space for any moisture to escape. But it didn't. I've got quite a bit of moisture. I can feel my sleeping bag's a little bit damp. So I've moved over the fire. Now that's not to say this hasn't been a comfy sleep. I've been really comfortable. I've been warm and comfortable up until this point, and I reckon I've slept for 6 hours, something like that. But I'm conscious that I don't want to get damp and then not be able to warm up and get cold with the early morning dew. So I thought, let's just get a little fire going, close, but not too close. Take that chill out of the air. But I might try and get a couple more hours sleep. It'd be cool if I can hit like a 7 to 8 hours sleep. What am I on at the minute? Oh, okay, not as much as I thought. 5 hours and 4 minutes. If I could at least get 1 or even 2 more hours to push me anywhere near 7 hours on the woods, on the floor in the woods, that'd be good. So I'm up and awake, and that took not long at all. I didn't time it, obviously, but it took minutes to get packed up. You kind of just sat up, moved stuff around you, organized it, and then popped it in your bag. The condensation is a thing. It does happen in a bivvy. It wasn't terrible with me. And this Integral Designs bivvy, it's got like a membrane on the inside to kind of take that condensation just a little bit. Let's get on one of these. These are amazing. These Mattison's smoked pork sausage. You get garlic ones. You get ones that are slightly bigger, but you can really just. You don't have to keep them refrigerated. So we've got water boiling away. She's ready. Nice cup of tea. I'm gonna be civilized and use a mug actually because I have got one. Yeah, so bivvy camping. Yeah, I loved it. Really minimalistic. You got to see the outdoors all night, the moon, the stars, the noises. When you had a little, I had to move that little fire closer to me in the evening. Evening. It was about, what was it? Just gone 3 o'clock in the morning. I did wake up a little bit chilly. Quick and easy, lightweight pack, really at one with nature and the surroundings. Comfy. I don't think there were too many downsides, to be fair. I think if you were going to bivvy camp, bivvy sack, whatever you want to call it, for the first time, one, I would go to a shop and try it first. Would have liked a little more space in mine, but it was a Facebook Marketplace purchase. If you were buying a bivvy from new, I would really recommend going in the shop and making sure you've just got enough space. I think going to a place that I knew was a good shout. I think going into this woodland where I felt safe, where I knew the area, meant that all I had to contend with was learning how to bivvy sack, bivvy camp, and nothing else. I'd pay really close attention to the weather. I know you can't trust the weather. However, I would go firstly on an evening that you haven't got inclement weather. Is that the word? You know, where rubbish. I'd just go on an evening where you haven't got rubbish weather, so you can get used to the space, the movement, the feel, you know, all of that sort of stuff. Is bivvy camping for me? Yeah, 100%. I thought it was wicked. I think it's got to be the right area, the right circumstances, the right conditions. But for example, if I was going to do a 100-mile hike back to home from an area I didn't know, I'd definitely be taking a bivvy with me. Thanks for watching. Definitely drop a comment down below if you bivvy camp, because if you're more experienced than me, which you would be because this is the first time I've done it, I dare say you'll know a lot more advantages and disadvantages to doing it. So yeah, if you can subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, all of that sort of good stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.